So hello again, dear wizards. Me again with you, Usama Abdurrauf Atiyah. For the people who know me, I am for the people who don't know me, I am Usama Abdurrauf Atiyah, 2CP student at Easy Algiers, and I really hope you enjoyed our last three talks. I really did myself, to be honest with you. So our next talk of right now is brought to you by Imane Guellil. Let me tell you a little story about Imane Guellil, if I'm supposed to do so. So, Dr. Imane Guellil is interested in natural language processing NLP, and she came today to present to you her newest paper, which is entitled Hate Speech Detection Against Women in the Arabic Community. I hope you enjoy her paper and her talk, especially. I will let her with you. Just if you have any sort of question, just ask it in the comment section, and we will be more than happy to answer it. I mean, Iman Gidlidi would be more than happy to answer your all your questions. Thank you. Go, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Just before starting, it's Imane Guellil. Thank you very much. And thank you, Usama. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I will start. I'm so happy to be here with you at the AI Summit organized by the School of AI Algiers. Before presenting my paper, I will follow this plan. I will start by my background in general. After this, I will present my paper about the detection of hate speech in social media. I will also discuss about my different collaborations with students from Higher School of Computer Science in Algeria, EASY. And I will finish by a conclusion plus some advice to you. So, sorry, would prefer to use using the animation is there. So I will start with my background. What I have been doing during the last 18 years. So in 2004, I had my baccalaureate with 10.05. I'd like to stress on this in order to show that even with the low grade, we can do a lot. So in 2009, so between 2004 and 2009, I was a student at the University of Science and Technology, Houari Boumediene in Algiers. In 2009, I obtained the ingénieur d'état, so a 5 years university grad degree in computer science. So between 2010 and 2013, I was working as a design engineer at Sonelgaz, Algiers. In 2011, it was the first time I had my exam in order to access the Higher School of Computer Science, EASY, in order to do a magister equivalent to master there. But unfortunately, I failed. But fortunately, I passed it in 2013. In 2015, I got the magister from Higher School of Computer Science that I was prepared between 2013 and 2015. So between 2015 and 2019, I was an assistant professor in Higher School of Applied Science, Algiers. And I left this job. So I was teaching C, C++, Java, etc. And I left in 2019 in order to join Aston University in Birmingham, UK, where I was a data science researcher, a knowledge transfer partnership, a KTP, kind of job where we need to share knowledge from the university to industry in order to let them up to date with AI and natural language processing. In 2021, I got my PhD from Higher School of Computer Science, easy again. And I was, at the end of this year, I was endorsed as an exceptional promise by the Royal Academy of Engineering after having my application peer reviewed. So I'd like to stress on that as well, because I know that many students around the world are not aware of this program. So being endorsed by the Royal Academy of Engineering enabled me to get a global talent visa, which is an amazing visa in the UK when we are really freer and we can work, have a company, have a business, etc. It's different from a tier 2 or a skilled worker visa. So I would encourage you to have a look on the government website if you are interested by the immigration in the UK. Now, what I'm doing now? Now I'm a research fellow in a clinical natural language processing at the University of Edinburgh, UK. So I'm working on clinical NLP. So my current role is to extract adverse drug events or side effects from free text. So by this, I will give you an example. Imagine that I had paracetamol this morning and now I have a rash and I have fever. So rash and fever represent side effects that could be so related to paracetamol because I had paracetamol. So it's not really normal to have that. So my role is to extract these side effects from text. So if you'd like to know more about my research in general, about me, about my career, etc., I would advise to visit my Good Scholar, including all my papers, etc., and my LinkedIn. So enough about me. So it's not to talk about me. However, I prefer to present this part in order to encourage you more and in order to let you know that we can start with a baccalaureate of 1005 and be a research fellow after in the UK. So just a bracket. Now let's talk about my paper. In general, I'm working on natural language processing. So this consists of extracting meaningful information from free text. So you have this text, and my role consists of extracting information. It could be sentiment analysis, for example. So I like my job, which is positive. I hate the weather here, which is negative. So using sentiment analysis in order to automatically classify text, we can use natural language for processing for automatically translate text. For example, je travaille comme postdoc au Royaume-Uni. For example, I work as a postdoc in the UK, in the United Kingdom, so for translation. So we can use it as well for hate speech detection, which is, and so many other fields, of course, named entity recognition, for example, extracting names from text of people, organization, location, and so many other stuff. However, here for this paper, I'm using natural language processing in order to extract hate against women in social media. So let's start with the general context of this paper. I'm a woman, you can observe this. However, I'm not an idiot. I think so. I'm not stupid. I think so as well. I'm not crazy. Not sure, but I think so. My favorite one, my place is not only in the kitchen. I'm cooking sometimes, but my place is not only there. And I'm not so many vulgar words that I cannot use here. So all of that represent the hate speech that people are using against women in social media that we recognize as sexism, unfortunately. And on Arabic social media, it's worst. on Algerian social media, yeah, it's really bad because I focused on Algerian dialect for this paper. And yes, we have many and many hate on social media. So for this paper, the first author, so it's me, Imane Guellil. So let's go to my co-authors, Dr. Ahsen Adil, who is a reader at the University of Wolverhampton, Professor Faisal Azwaw, who was my thesis director, who helped me a lot. So he helped me to be here today, to be honest with you. He's an amazing thesis director working now. He left Easy and now he's working at ENST, Jaya. I think it's ENST. And the three following authors are Mohamed Boubrad, Yusra Hwishi, and Akram Abdelhaq Mumna. So I realized this paper in 2018, and these authors were students at Easy. Now they are done with their engineer. So, and they are working. They helped me a lot for annotating the corpus, etc. So, and please have here I point my email if you have questions after, or if you'd like to reach out for general question or related to NLP in general. I would be happy to answer them. Hate speech in general. What is hate speech? Hate speech is commonly defined as any communication that disparages or defames a person or a group based on some characteristics, such as race, color, ethnicity, religion, gender, or others. So in our case, you guess it, we are focusing on the gender because we worked on the hate speech against women. So now let's speak about the dialect I'm working on in general. So I'm working on Arabic in general, MSA, Modern Standard Arabic. However, almost all my works were on Algerian dialect. So what is the Algerian dialect? So Algerian dialect is an Arabic dialect used in Algeria, of course, north of Africa. So it's a dialect of Arabic, and Arabic is the official language of 22 countries, spoken by more than 400 million users. Arabic is the fourth most used language on the internet. Arabic has more than 22 dialects, and it's still considered as a low research languages, unfortunately. So it has only few works focusing on Arabic and its dialects, comparing to works on English, Chinese, Spanish, etc. So on social media, for people writing Algerian dialect, so we can observe that they can use different type of writing. They can use, so for example, for this example, this woman is stupid. We can observe that some write it in Arabic, هذه المرأة غبية. Others write it in Algerian dialect, هذه المرأة جايحة. Others used Arabizi. So Arabizi is Arabizi in general, it's Arabic or any other dialects written using Latin letters. However, in that case, it's Algerian Arabizi because I am writing Had Lamarat Jayha using Latin letters. Or they can also use French, Cette femme est stupide, and some of them also use English. So the general idea of the proposed work. So before starting this study, we need to have a look on the works that have been done before. And we tried to classify those works. So we observed that the works are using a pipeline. They first extract data, mostly from Twitter or YouTube as well. After this, the most of the works manually annotate a random part of a corpus. So it's general only few samples, as you can see, because it's a manual annotation. And so taken a lot of time, so people focus only on 2000, 5000. So here it's an exception with 16,000, which is really great. In general, almost all the corpora are small. So for example, the last one is about racism and sexism. And the two first ones are about general hate speech. Any hate speech is considered, and after this, the automatic algorithm should automatically classify general hate speech. After this, yeah, as I was talking about, the classification, the automatic classification. So we extracted this corpus, we annotate a part of it. Why? In order to train a model to let it able in the future to recognize any comment as hateful or not hateful. And many algorithms are used. So logistic regression, SVM, naive Bayes, stuff like that. And of course, more recently, people are using BERT for embedding models, Elmo, Flare for classification as well. So more recent works. However, this work was, so I started this work in 2018, and it was recently published in EREC. For this reason, we based more on the shallow machine learning algorithms and less on the deep one. So the proposed approach. So it's a simple approach. So it was the first paper regarding hate speech detection on Algerian dialect. So we were not able to find a corpus for that. So we had to construct everything ourselves. So we first started with a list of words, including both positive keywords regarding women and negative keywords, in order to have both comments in our data sets. So for the positive one, we have Jamila, beautiful, Jayha, stupid, we have Kelba, meaning dog, sorry for this term, so many others. So we extracted from the comments from YouTube using YouTube API. So we were able to focus on 335 video ID and a large corpus of comments, more than 300,000 comments. However, we randomly selected 5,000 comments and 3 annotators. So Abdelhak Moumina and Yusra and Mohammed Boubret, so manually annotated these comments in order to allow us to train our model in order to automatically classify the comments after. So let's focus on those examples. بنت الجزائر صح، هاد المرأة جايحة، أنت لست رجل, sorry, meaning indeed the daughter of Algeria. This woman is stupid. Sorry, you are not a man. So بنت الجزائر صح will be classified as not hateful. It doesn't include any hate. هاد المرأة جايحة as hateful, and أنت لست رجل, sorry, without a relationship with our problem. So as it is a binary classification, for this paper, we considered only a binary classification. So أنت لست رجل will be considered as not hateful. However, we are improving right now this work in order to have more classes, in order to distinguish between vulgars, insult, between stuff without a relationship, in that case, we will have more classes. But for this paper, we considered only binary classification with 2 classes. The results on imbalanced corpus, of course, you can guess it. And fortunately, the corpus was really imbalanced. So we had only 20% of hate speech regarding women, which is bad. So 20%. However, it's not like the majority of them. And almost 80% of the corpus were about not hateful comment. So after training different classifier that you could observe, so we used 2 word embedding models. So we used word2vec and fast text, and we used the different configurations, skipgram and Cebu. So, and we use different machine learning algorithms, shallow ones, so naive Bayes, logistic regression, random forest, etc. And we also use deep learning ones, CNN, LSTM, BiLSTM, etc. And for this, we let the corpus as it is, so we let it unbalance without handling the imbalanced stuff. So we can observe the results. The average F1 score was obtained with CNN combined to fast text for word embedding. So the average one, for not hateful, you could observe that it's about 65 for hateful, 65, not hateful 92. However, the average one is about 86. But because it is an unbalanced corpus, you can observe that we were able only to detect 65%. So the F1 score for hateful was not really good. Why? Because we have only 20% of hate speech, of hate comments in our data set. In order to deal with them, we decided to proceed to an undersampling. So we randomly kept more than 1006 comments based as not hateful, and we kept the rest. So just as a reminder, we have 792 comments as hateful, and for this we kept 1006 comments as not hateful. You can observe that for the average results, the best results were obtained with BiLSTM this time. The average one is almost the same, 85 F1 score. However, here you can observe that the results are almost the same between hateful and not hateful. Sorry. So you can observe that we have almost the same results here, which is great because we proceed to undersampling. So now we have almost the same number of sample for hateful and not hateful. We are able to detect both hateful and not hateful messages. How to improve this work? So the best results were about 86. However, we can do more, of course. So we extended this corpus to 10,000. So at the beginning, we randomly selected only 5,000. So we were able to do that. However, we extended this corpus to 10,000. And now we are working on this paper in order to have more classes, as I was presenting. So now we will not just have a binary classification, but we will have a fine-grained classification in order to be able to detect vulgar, insults, everything. So we will have 14 classes in order to be able to detect even comments including emojis, not including stuff like that. We are doing a lot regarding this. So stay tuned. You will see a paper soon regarding this. So now, hateful, not hateful. How about the comments that are not dedicated to women? As I said, so now for the corpus including 10,000 comments, we are also focusing on the comments for men that have no relationship for against women. So we are considering this as well. So the corpus includes Arabic, Algerian dialect, Arabici, French, and some English. So we handled all that kind of stuff under the same umbrella, I'd say. So we worked with no pre-processing because it was the first corpus. We focused more on constructing the resource rather than cleaning it. However, now for the future, we are planning to integrate Arabici transliteration. So I have many works regarding Arabici transliteration. By transliteration, I mean transforming Arabici. So, for example, Had Lamarat Jayha, written, sorry for this example, because I'd like to keep the same example. So, written in Arabici letter, we'd like to transliterate this into Arabic. Because, for Jayha, for example, someone could write it with E, another with A. And so let's give another example. Miliha. So for Miliha, for example, someone could write it with 7, another with H, another with A. So I remember that in an interesting paper of Abdul Majid, so the authors said that for inshallah, we can have 69 manner ways to write inshallah in Arabici. So the idea is to transform all the ways to Arabic. So we'll have one inshallah in Arabic. In that case, each time we are meeting inshallah or had Mara Jayha, sorry, or I'm not sure, other terms, we will have only one manner, one way to write this. So we will proceed to transliteration before. Also, we need to introduce language identification before, because we have comments in Arabic, comments in Algerian dialect, comments in Arabici, in French. So we will first need to do a first classification in order to have comments in Arabic in their own, in Algerian dialect, in Arabici. In Arabici, we will transliterate. And after this, handle each language with its own language model and own resources. For the embedding, we used only Word2Vec and fast text. Keep in mind that we started this work in 2018. So after this, of course, we have BERT, we have Elmo, we have Flare. It is our goal now. We will try to integrate all these word embedding in order to improve the results. So it was about the paper. So now the third part. Sorry. So now I will present you my different collaborations with students from EASY. You were able to see for this paper about hate speech detection, it was done with amazing collaboration with 3 students from EASY that I think a lot about that. And right now, my current work is on advanced drug events. So I can propose this image representing a poster, representing a work about the detection of adverse drug events from social media. We've recently presented a brief literature review where we classified the works that have been done on the adverse drug event on social media. So we observed that we focused on 70 research papers, and we observed that we can regroup them in different categories. So classification, detection, normalization, research creation, the whole pipeline, and analysis. So we presented a kind of synthesis of these works, their challenges, etc. And this work was possible with the help of three students currently at UZI. So Nidal Din Shenni, Yusra bin Rashdi, and Masini Sa'bud, that I like to thank a lot for their amazing work for this paper. And right now, Nidal Din and Yusra are collaborating with me for another paper, another systematic review that we will submit to a journal, medical journal. Massinisa is also collaborating with me on hate speech detection on French papers that we will submit, and other students that I will mention after. So thank you very much. So this paper was presented at the prestigious conference EMNLP that was in Abu Dhabi this year, and so we were able to present it, fortunately. So now, as I mentioned, I'm working with 5 students from UZI. So Yusra, Shani, and Masini Sa'bud. And I'm also working with Anfal Yusra Boussita on the hate speech detection. So I told you that I'm improving the paper for including other classes. So I'm collaborating with Anfal Yusra Boussita as well. I'm also collaborating with Feriel Aisha Kabouche on adverse drug events. So she's kindly preparing a list about adverse drug events from a literature review. So thank you very much, guys, for your collaboration and for your hard working. I also need to apologize to the other students that contacted me during the summer. So I have many students now waiting for other collaborations. So I was so busy with those ones. However, I will contact you. I could say that I will contact you soon. So hopefully in January or February for other amazing collaborations. Conclusion, and I will give you some advice as well, if you don't mind, of course. So to sum up, I advise you to work hard. You will be rewarded. Love your job. If not, look for another one. In the other case, you will be miserable. So believe me, I was in some jobs that I disliked, and I wasn't happy. But now, fortunately, alhamdulillah, I really like what I'm doing. Fix a target and do your best every day for achieving it, especially that. So never give up. Nothing is impossible. You just need to work harder for achieving your goal. Share knowledge will help you to succeed. Sorry. So good luck to everyone. Try to work hard. Establish contact, because contact will help you a lot in the future. Also try to publish. If you are interested by the research, don't think that I'm a second year undergrad, third year undergrad, etc. Work so on the stuff that encourage you the most, that you'd love. Perhaps you are interested by chat GPT that was proposed last week. Start work on that. Start testing this API. So I assure you that it's not perfect. It's not a perfect API. you will find many, how to say it, you will find stuff to improve, I mean. So start working on this improvement, write this, look to the state, have a look at the state of the art, start improve that, and start writing it, write your paper, look for people in order to collaborate with you, and that's it. Step by step you will realize what you love. So good luck, thank you very much, and looking forward to your questions. Hopefully I wasn't too long.
Thank you so much,
Thanks to you.
Claire, for your amazing talk. It was really beneficial, and it was really like something new to me to discover and things. And for you, Wizard, I hope you enjoyed the talk with our speaker, Imane Guellil. And now, I
Right.
guess we are moving to the questions. So, I think we do have some questions. Yeah, this is exactly my question. Is this data set like an open source? Is it?
That's an amazing question. It's not yet open source. It's not freely available yet. However, it will be soon, I promise. Because so I'm still working on that, as I mentioned it. So I'm improving this data set in order to have many classes in the new one. However, I plan to publish these data sets and the other previous one, because previously I was working on sentiment analysis. I have many data sets on sentiment analysis, automatically constructed and manually reviewed. I will share them soon. Perhaps in 2-3 months, I will share them and publish that on my LinkedIn. So stay tuned.
Thank you. And I think we don't have another question. So as I've been saying, if you have any question, any sort of question, just don't hesitate. Don't just go for it. Like go for it. I'm thinking of a question because like it was so beneficial and a lot of information today. Like this is the fourth talk, and so much information in here. I'm so excited.
So as I said, if you, I perfectly understand. So you attended so many talks, etc. If you had any question even after, please do not hesitate. You have my email. If you'd like to discuss with me some collaborations as well, as I told you,
Yeah.
I have a list of students that I will start collaborating with soon. However, if you have collaboration in mind, paper that you'd like to start writing, you'd like to have advice, you'd like to collaborate with me and with my team as well, etc. So please do not hesitate. Just send me an email and I would be happy to answer.
Just like a suggestion, me and my team we are working on ADD, which stands for Algerian Derja data set, and I think for your research paper, I think we can like optimize it. We can go for an Algerian, like we can use our our data set, which is the Algerian data set, to like give better performances, because as you may see from the social media, the harassment and hate speeches are always in Derja. So I suppose, uh, so yeah, and I will keep you updated about the data sets
I would
once we
appreciate
finish it.
that.
Yeah, I will myself send you an email. Yeah, thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. So, how about your data set? So, you are constructing it manually?
No, We are scraping data from many platforms such as Facebook comments and YouTube comments, and we thought of TikTok and Twitter and many other platforms. But I think we are going for creating a bot, a Discord bot or Telegram bot, when we can just type meaningful, like we can, like we create the data set by typing it manually. So yeah, but we are also considering the process of scrapping data from different sources and platforms. So
Perfect. So please contact me regarding this. I can also guide you from the beginning and stuff like that.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
I will lead. Um, um, can you please talk about steps to publish a paper?
Okay, perfect. So, regarding the paper's publication, I'd say start by literature review. So, first of all, it has two kind of papers. So, sorry, are you still here? I'm not sure if the internet is good or not. Ah, okay, okay, perfect. So I thought that.
Yeah, I'm
So
here.
it has two kind of papers. So it has a survey papers and it has a solution papers. So in survey papers, you will just, how to say it, synthesize the literature and propose a classification of work like the poster that we presented. So it was just a survey saying that for adverse drug events, the works on adverse drug events on social media have done this, and that. So it's a survey paper. Anyone can start by that, and I would encourage you, if you have an idea in mind, for example, for Derija or for Algerian dialect, or you'd like to do a sentiment analysis about that, go out there and look to other papers, other researchers that already work on that. So group them, classify them, present them. It could be a paper. Write something about that. So have a look on the survey papers, and you can do your own. You can
Yeah.
start submitting it to workshops, conferences, and journals after. It's about the survey. So now that you have a better idea about what is happening around. So, for example, for sentiment analysis, we have author X, Y, Z, etc., proposing different approaches. You can start by testing their tools. In general, they are publicly available, the data sets as well. So my bet for mine, sorry, it's not yet, they are not yet. However, I will work on that. But in general, the data sets and the tools are publicly available. Start how to say it, start applying them, start playing with them. So in general, it's only few lines of Python. Start. Python is the most used for data science and AI and natural language processing, So start playing with the tools. And after you will play with them, you can observe that, for example, for the data sets, the results is about 70, for another is about 72, etc. Start, for example, applying the same tool on different data sets in order to extract their, I would say, their limits, their drawbacks. Based on their limits, you can propose something. And it's not, don't imagine that publishing a paper is like proposing something revolutionary. Yes, of course, you are adding to the research. However, even if you, for my first paper on Algerian dialect, I proposed a lexicon of terms for Algerian dialect that I constructed automatically. How? It was an English lexicon, SentiWordNet. I translated using a GLOSP API, the unique API for Algerian dialect. I did the automatic translation. And after this, I have this lexicon Malih with +4, for example, Iyan with -4, for example, and I have these words. I just tried to propose an algorithm in order to calculate the sentiment of a comment based on the lexicon, and I published them. So, literature review, what other people do, try to test the approach myself, see what are the limits for the Algerian dialect. It hadn't many resources, so I was the first one proposing this lexicon, and after that the corpus, etc., for sentiment analysis. It had only Selima Harat working on translation, so I was lucky. So regarding Algerian dialect, by starting on this. However, I'm sure you can do the same. After this, so write your paper. You can be inspired by the papers out there. Write yours. Ask your peer for advices for collaborating with you, and send it. اتكل على الله وإن شاء الله it would be published.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much, Ma'am
My
Imane
pleasure.
Guellil, for your outstanding talk. And for you, wizards, I hope you enjoyed our talk. And thank you so much for attending. I'll see you on the next talk. Thank you.
Perfect.